Happy Monday. We are back. I can't wait. Another amazing entrepreneur, author, because when you are an author, you are definitely a business owner. And maybe people don't realize that, but that's what you are, because you are in the sales and marketing business and writing and publishing and all that. Hey, Caribbean ABC, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited to have you. Let's see, how do I add you here this way? All right, I just invited you up. And hey, I'm going to also...
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, good. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, pretty good. Thank you so much, Beth, for having me.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for taking the time. I'm so happy to have you. We've met before, but only once.
Yes, we connected at the Laurelton Market a few months back in the spring, and it was a pleasure to meet you, and I'm happy that you have invited me here to share about my book.
Yes, yes, at Diana Ross's. Hey, lovely. Sassari Tracy. She is one of our listed entrepreneurs. Welcome. So yes, I'm just going to share this, and feel free if you're in the live to share as well. And then we will get started. I will introduce you, and I'm so excited. I was sharing when you jumped in that, you know, authors are really small business owners. I think people don't realize that, but it's a whole business.
It's true.
Yes. But let me start by introducing you. Hello, Edna. So, yes, the special author, small business owner guest that we are having this evening is Karllen Lawrence, and she is the owner and founder of Caribbean ABCs. Caribbean ABCs is a children's book about a boy's adventures in the various Caribbean countries. Hey, Damien. On his adventures, he learns about culture, food, I'm so excited, dance, and features. And so, yes, did you want to just share a bit about yourself, your inspiration, what made you decide to do an ABC book? Yeah, just in general, your inspiration.
All right. Thank you. For some reason, a strange number keeps calling me on WhatsApp, although I put my phone on airplane mode, so I'm getting nonstop calls. I'm like, I never get calls, but all of a sudden, every minute. So I hope it's not interrupting the live, but thank you so much again, Beth, for inviting me. Yes, so I am Karllen Lawrence, and I am from the nature island of the Caribbean, Dominica. I'm currently based in New York with my husband and my son, but I try to travel to the Caribbean as often as I can. I have to escape.
Yes.
Yes.
This weather, so, and it's not very nature-oriented here.
I know. I mean, New York is beautiful, you know, but as someone who grew up in the Caribbean, I crave, you know, the beach, the rivers, the mountains, the chickens waking you up at 4 a.m. You know,
the roosters, they go all day.
Oh yeah. So definitely missing home. So one of the reasons why I did the book is to connect and to, you know, have something to hold near and dear to my heart, and also because my son, you know, I definitely want him to identify as a Caribbean young man. So when he was born, and I started drafting the book, and it took me like almost, you know, 7 years later to actually publish the book. Because of, you know, you're nervous, you're like fear of rejection. Am I good enough? Because I'm not an expert on Caribbean culture or history. So I was like, if I put this out, you know, I'm opening myself to criticism and all that. But I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. Why not? He's 10 years now, and oh, he's coming to say a quick hi. You want to come say hi,
Oh,
Bretty? Yeah, come say hi.
yes.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for inspiring your mom. You are amazing.
Yeah.
He's a little sick today. He usually reads with me, but he has the sniffles, so I told him it's okay. He can take a break today, and I will do the reading. And yeah, next time when he's better, he will read with us. So yes, so
You launched the whole movement.
yes, and it was during the pandemic when I had a little more time. I was actually in quarantine back home in Dominica for a few days, and I was like, why to fill up my time while I'm in this quarantine in this hotel? Why don't I just finish this project that I started on years ago? And then, yeah, and I contacted my friend who's an amazing photographer and artist in Dominica, and her son. She said her son would love to take this project on, being the illustrator. And he's just a young teenager from Dominica, and he did the illustrations of the book. And we just kept going forward, and I'm just proud. And since then, I just felt like, okay, I'm not afraid to do so many things anymore. Since then, I'm like, why have I held my own self back? Why was I my own biggest critic? So
yeah,
it's been, yeah.
Sometimes we don't know how it's going to turn out, and that's okay. And you don't know that it's okay that you don't know until you just let it all go. You release it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And that was exactly what happened in my case. And since then, it's been amazing. The response has been amazing. I mean, reaching out. I'm trying my best. As you met me at the Laurelton Market, I've done a few other pop-up markets, pop-up shops. I've also sent my book to different various Caribbean countries, and so they're on sale in different Caribbean countries, and that makes me so proud. I'm not getting very rich or anything of this, but just seeing my product out there, leaving something behind, a legacy, something that I feel very much satisfied and fulfilled.
Yes, as you should. And I feel like it's really cool that you partnered with someone from where you are from. That makes it really special.
Yes. And especially that he's a young guy, a young teenager. That even made me happy. And he was able to really capture the essence of my son, because he asked me, send me a couple photos of Brett. My son's name is Brett. So I sent him a couple photos, and then when he came back with the drafts, I was like, wow, this is Brett, And even one of the illustrations that he did, I'm going to show you. When he did it, so he did this. This is a place in Dominica in Scott Z. So he did this. And then I was like, you know what? I've never taken my son to that part of Dominica. So I took my son there after. So it was like life imitating art.
Yes. But
yeah.
This is a teenager who he is so amazing. I would have never guessed. And
I know.
And that's my bad for assuming that it was not a teenager who was the illustrator.
I know. He blew me away, and I definitely look forward to. I'm not sure right now. I'm just getting over this, whole the stressful part of publishing. But I would definitely work with him again in the future, and he has a great future ahead of him. Yeah.
Yes, and artists are also business owners. No one likes to think about it that way too, because we think as art we're like creating and it's our passion, but there's a monetary aspect to it as well, like illustrating someone's book, which is really cool. Yeah.
Right.
So before we go any further, you have a lot of fans. So
I see Chef Marielle, and she's saying she's been to Scott Z, where the Caribbean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean, and that's exactly that spot, So yeah, it's so much to discover in the Caribbean. I mean, I just got a little snippet of it in the book, and there are places that my son, I put Trinidad, for example. He's never been to Trinidad, but for me, it's like a mission as well to also accomplish some of the things that I put in the book, so he can one day, visit them. And he's my travel buddy, and we travel all over the Caribbean, but there's still so much to be discovered. So
yes, it's a large geographic area.
Exactly.
Yes. So D Moon says he loves your why, and he'd asked. So you had said he was 10 now,
Yes.
and the fear of rejection is hard to overcome. I'm so proud of you. You overcame it. I mean,
Yay!
we could have not been having this conversation.
That's true. That's true. And it's never too late. You know, I kept it for many years, but it came at the right time because I was able to write the book actually from his perspective at 8. Because if I'd done it when he was a baby, it wouldn't maybe be the same. So I can't complain. I have to say, yeah, it worked out at the right time. And once you break down the initial fear, then you're not as afraid to take other chances. Since then, I've done a few other things, and I'm not as afraid as I was when I first, started thinking about publishing the book. Yeah.
Yeah, and you probably wouldn't have had the illustrator, the really cool illustrator. If you'd done it 7 years ago, he might have been not ready to do a whole book. Maybe he would have been, though. Who knows?
Who knows, right?
But, yeah, because it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So he also said, Dean also said, congratulations. Legacy is everything. Kofi the Trophy. Oh, joined. Let's see. Chef Muriel said, ooh, I've been to Scott's Head, which we were just sharing. Sea Breezy said, greetings from the Tether. What's that?
Hi. It's an inside joke.
Oh, okay. I was like, are they actually in like your country?
I know. No.
Oh, okay. I was like, that would be really cool.
That would be, yeah.
Where the Caribbean Sea meets the Atlantic. I would love to see that. I think that'd be a really cool thing.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, D Moon asked, did your son help you write it at all? So were there any sections he wrote?
Well, he didn't really write as much, but he gave us a few feedbacks, especially when I'm putting, like when I first wrote it, there were no response. Like when we read it together, sometimes he does the responses. So he added the responses, and even so some of the color scheme, he's like, yeah, why is this thing not in blue? Why is it not in red? Why are my pants like this? He made some editorial,
But that's good because then as a child, he's helping you to know what would be attractive to make a child want to read the book, which is ultimately what we want. Kids enjoying and learning, right? Having fun learning.
Yes. Exactly.
Breezy said, I am a New York City educator. I shared your book with my students.
Yay!
Love, love, love. Oh, cool.
Thank you.
And D-Moon said, I love how you let him be involved in his project. That's great. Yes, D-Moon was one of the featured authors back in May, and his book also is, incorporates his daughter into his book.
Oh, that's good.
Yes,
that's
father,
good.
daughter, mother, son. I love it. So cool.
Yes, we have to because this is their legacy. It's something for them that they can carry forward, and years when we're gone, they can say this, this was your grandma, this was your great grandma, so it's something that you can leave behind, and something to be proud of. So good for you, D-Moon.
Yes. So are you going to be reading part of the book, the whole book, or
I'll do a few letters. Yeah, I'll go maybe up to L. A will do A to L.
Okay.
As I said, usually, as I said, my son helps me read it because we've done a few interviews and he does it. But since he's a little sniffly and coughing and stuff all over the place, I'll give him a break tonight. He's off the clock tonight.
I hope he feels better soon.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He's a trooper.
Yeah. Kids are. They're reasonable.
Yes. So you want me to start now?
Yes, I can't wait to travel.
I know, right? Caribbean ABCs. All right. So we're going to start with A. The Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean in the world. The Atlantic Ocean splashes on the eastern side of many of the islands and territories in the Caribbean. I love seeing those huge crashing waves. B, and I should probably show the photo before I move on. So so this is the first one, the Scott Z in Dominica that we spoke about. Chef Muriel mentioned. And B is for the boiling lake, which is also located in Dominica. It is one of the biggest in the world. It actually boils like hot water. And here is Brett. He's never been to the boiling lake yet, but I hope one day that this will become, a fulfillment of, something, of art as well.
I feel like I want to ask questions about it, but let's keep going.
We can talk about it because I haven't been either. It's a long hike. It's 4 hours up and 4 hours to come back down. But when you get there, it's a volcanic activity is usually, not all the time, but it's bubbling. So that's why it's called the boiling lake, because it's constantly bubbles. When I was young, I loved hiking. As I got older, I've gotten a little lazy, and this is why I haven't been.
But it's like steamy, bubbly, like you can see the steam like
hot. Yes, hot, very hot. Yes, so you have to be very careful and go there with a designated tour guide. Yes, you can boil egg in it, Dimoon. There's been reports of people dropping eggs in there. And boiling in some of the little fumaroles and little spots. Yeah, so it's super hot. Not at all to go by yourself or anything like that.
No, it does not sound safe. I was like, could I do a spa day there? No, I don't want to.
No, there are many other places you can do that. We have sulfur springs in Dominica. You can go visit them. You can get the mask, the face mask, or you can just soak in them. They have the strong sulfur smell, but it's really good that you inhale it and when you come from there, you feel very refreshed. So if you want to do that on a visit to Dominica, that's what I would recommend in Watton-Waven or Soufriere. Just keep in touch with me. We'll organize something.
Okay.
All right. So the next B we're going to talk about is the beaches. The beaches. One of the main features of the Caribbean is its beaches. Beaches are my favorite things. Some of the best beaches in the world are found here. Some have white sand. Some have black sand, some have rocks, some display beautiful reefs, and some have some of the most beautiful fish and other animals and corals in the world. The island of Antigua has 365 beaches. And I've been to Antigua a very short visit. So I would love to go and discover at least 3 out of the 360.
Yes, that's a lot.
That is a lot, yes. And they all look so beautiful. I have some family there, and it's beautiful. Very beautiful. Let me just show. This is Brett. It is on the beach. And Brett actually really loves the beach. He really loves, I can't get him, whenever we travel, can't get him. I have to literally pull his legs and his fingers are in the sand dragging away. It's like,
pull it out.
Yeah, full time. All right. Carnival, one of my favorite things. Carnival began as a street celebration of the freed enslaved people, and to this day, it is one of the highlights of life in the Caribbean, with people dancing all day and night in the streets during certain times of the year. Trinidad is known as the capital of Carnival in the Caribbean, and Brett has taken part in 3 carnivals, and he loves dancing in the streets.
Fun.
Yep.
What's not to like about dancing in the streets, right?
Yeah, that's right. That is so true. With all the costumes, I've put him in various costume bands over the years, including traditional costumes. His first carnival was when he was 4.
Cool.
And initially he was crying, oh, the sun is so hot, and the people are dancing funny, and the music is so loud.
It is
and
loud.
Then half an hour later, he was like enjoying and dancing without me holding his hands. He was like, oh, this is the life. So it grew on him quite quickly, I must say.
Yeah.
And speaking about carnival dancing is an important part of life in the Caribbean. You can find fun dances such as merengue and salsa in the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. Let's try this dance. Left leg forward, right leg forward, move your waist, and there you go. That's just one part. Ecotourism. Ecotourism is one type of tourism that promotes the natural resources of a Caribbean country to its visitors. These include beautiful black or white sand beaches, natural water springs, rivers, lush mountains, and so much more. Belize is well known as an ecotourism destination. Yay for nature.
Yeah.
A little bit of the waterfall and the greenery.
Oh, wait, can we go back? Can we see the D for dancing, please?
Sure. I have the D in the national, some of the islands like St. Lucia and Martinique and Guadeloupe and Dominica. This would be the national madras ware.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah. I can actually feel it.
Yeah, it has emotion to it.
Yes.
The illustrator, it's amazing. It's so cool.
Yeah. All right. F. F. We have an abundance of fish in the Caribbean, such as the flying fish in Barbados, which really seem to fly. And they're also really exciting to watch and very tasty to eat. F. Underwater. You know, the Caribbean is known as the underwater, one of the top underwater destinations.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had to talk about the fishes for sure. And this one is one that, yeah, Brett wanted to include this one, which is about G is for guava, which is a refreshing fruit found throughout the islands. It is used to make jams and fresh local juices. Guavas can be easily picked from trees that grow on the side of the streets. Yeah, Brett loved, he's a little less in love with guavas as before, but this was his entry, guavas.
It's one of my favorites. I love guava juice. Oh my god.
Yeah, me too. Me too, right? So refreshing. Can't remember the last time I had some guava juice though. Need to fix that.
The last time I had some real good guava juice was when I was in Haiti.
Oh wow!
I've had it
years
since then. I have had it since then. But yeah, I feel like everything tastes different when it's been freshly picked. You know,
exactly.
like
big difference.
There. It hasn't been imported or
Yeah, it's true. And then frozen and defrosted and then you need the real thing. Yeah, that's why we have to take frequent trips, Beth. We have to take frequent trips to the Caribbean.
Just for guava juice.
Just for guava juice. Why not? We deserve that. All right. Now, H is a little serious. H stands for hurricanes. Hurricanes are storms which appear throughout the Caribbean during the months of June to November. These storms cause a lot of heavy rainfall and strong winds, which can sometimes damage homes and crops on the islands. Fortunately, houses in the Caribbean can be built to withstand the effects of the storm. And Caribbean people are usually well prepared to deal with hurricanes because they listen to the weather reports and stock up on food supplies and help each other protect their homes. Hi, Leandra. I see you there. Thanks for tuning in.
All fruits taste better in the Caribbean. Yes, and like mangoes. Mangoes, I've only had them in Haiti. Like I haven't had them in other countries, but like you can literally like bite the top off, and it's like a smoothie. Like it just sucks out.
I know.
You can't get that here. I mean, they're fine. They're good. I'll take them.
I know, but it's not the same.
Not the same.
I know. It's not. Yeah, everything is just not the same. But so you just have to make the best of what you have. And I try to freeze everything. Freeze and bring back. As it's still not the same, but you know, you try to make it last. Close your eyes a little bit and imagine yourself, you know, in the Caribbean. Yeah.
Fit Cat Bar says guava is my favorite fruit, and James Leandra is sending hearts and hugs. So I am guessing everything that you are sharing, he's loving. Yeah, Haitian mangoes are a different breed. I don't know. I haven't been to many places in the Caribbean, but that's the only place I've been where I've had a mango, and they were it was so good. It was unusual, like in a good way.
Oh. Yeah. And the other thing is this: when you travel sometimes to the islands, it's seasonal. So during the summer, I was in St. Lucia and Barbados, and so many turnips and mangoes. And then now I just got back from Barbados, and it's like no mangoes. Where are the mangoes? Where are the turnips? You know, like so you have to kind of time it as well. Time it like, oh my gosh, it's a whole mathematical equation to get all the things that you like. It's so worth it.
It's seasonal.
So worth it. Yeah, so worth it. Do you want me to do a few more? I could do a few more.
Yes, keep going. Please.
Okay. All right. And this is another one that Brett loved adding. Iguanas. He loves these lizards, chasing them. Iguanas are larger lizards found throughout most of the Caribbean countries. On certain Caribbean islands, the iguanas are highly protected, like in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Some other islands see them as pests, and in other countries, they are a local delicacy, like in Guyana. and he likes to chase iguanas. He really loves to chase them, and then he sometimes catch them and have them as pets. What's going on?
Why is there an iguana in my bathroom?
I know. It's a pet. It's a pet, Mama. It's a pet. Okay, okay. What can I say?
He's so sweet.
Yeah. That's J. Okay, before I go, so this is I. We're going to go to J. All right, J. Jelly is the fruit of the coconut tree. Some refer to the flesh, the jiggly part from the coconut as jelly. Others refer to the entire fruit. It is a yummy and refreshing snack, especially on a hot day. What did Fitcat write? What did she write? A huge iguana fell on your head in St. Thomas?
Yeah, he should be with me when this large one fell on my head. That would be startling. I don't think I would like that. I don't know how you felt about that fit, Cat Bar. That would have been alarming. I needed his help then. Yes, it sounds a little traumatic. And Chef Muriel said, have you ever had curry iguana?
I've never had it, but I'm willing to try almost anything once. So where can I get that? In New York, Chef? Do you know? No, right? Not in New York, right?
I've never
have to travel.
seen it. You might have to go someplace else, especially if they're protected in the U.S. Virgin Islands. They probably
so probably here it's
the U.S.
You're right. Yeah. So we have to travel out. What did she say? She died 7 times?
Oh, no. You're like a cat. You have 9 lives. Oh, my goodness. New York City, no, but it's really popular in Trinidad. Okay.
I really need to go to Trinidad. I mean, all the signs are pointing that I need to get myself to Trinidad sooner rather than later. So another reason I like trying new. And how does it taste? How does it taste, Chef? Does it taste like I think iguana? What would iguana taste like? I don't know.
Maybe. That's what everyone always says. When you don't know what something tastes like.
Chicken, yeah.
No,
I did do crocodile. I did crocodile once when I traveled to Australia, and it was like, for me, it was a taste between lobster and beef, which is weird. Ooh. So she says it tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken, just like frog. I've never had frog.
I've had frog. Yeah, frog is so good. And turtle, yeah, okay. Oh, hi, Nia. You haven't had it, Nia. You just heard it tastes like chicken, but you haven't had it, right, Nia?
In Aruba, soup with turtle, etc. is popular.
I would try it.
And it tasted similar to me. Similar to the
iguana, I think?
Frog. Yeah, because she said earlier it tastes like chicken, just like frog. Maybe frog.
Now all this talk about food has me hungry.
I want to go eat now. I want to go try exotic foods.
Me
too. Frog legs would be exotic.
Frog legs are amazing. Yeah, frog legs amazing. Because in Dominica it used to be our national dish. So
really.
Yeah, we had the mountain chicken. It's called mountain chicken, but it's actually a frog. But right now they're healing because they were sick. They had some infection, so we asked not to hunt them or anything. But I remember eating them as a kid and sucking that meat off that bone. That was good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they would be nice and juicy, just based on their habitat.
They were so good. So good. I was a kid and I still remember how tasty they were. So that's yeah. The mountain chicken, that's what they called it back then. Yeah, it's still called the mountain chicken, but we just don't eat it. We're not allowed to hunt it right now. So as to give it a chance to, heal up and get the populations going up.
Yeah, yeah. You want them to be okay. Mountain chicken oil down is the best. Oh my
God. She's killing me right now. I want to eat something like this.
I've heard not about mountain chicken down, but oil down, and I've heard it's amazing.
So good. Just the regular oil down. So good. Oh my gosh. Yep. All right, we need to organize the next time. You know, we do a live, and we go to a restaurant. Maybe Chef should tell us where we're gonna
Yes.
go. Chef Mary.
Chef Marielle, do you have your own restaurant or are you a personal chef? Maybe we should come to your restaurant if you have a restaurant.
Let's make something happen, okay? Yeah.
Yeah. I would love.
And look, Nia is saying she would love somewhere. We all would. Thank you, Chef Muriel, for putting this in our minds.
Oh my goodness. This is the everyone, it's a bedtime story, but everyone's gonna have a bedtime snack after the story.
And no, forget about the sleep. We ain't sleeping. We're going straight to the refrigerator and see what looks good.
Oh, I'm a food blogger and personal chef. Okay, yes. Oh,
Yes.
I love it. Cool.
All right. I'll do a few more. I'll do two more, and maybe we can. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm happy to talk about the Kalinago from my country. The Kalinago are an indigenous people who moved up from South America toward the chain of Caribbean islands before the European settlers came. Today, about 3,000 Kalinagos reside in the Kalinago territory in Dominica. And it's a beautiful place. Last time we were in Dominica, I brought Brett to visit there. We spent the whole afternoon just exploring and learning about the history of the Kalinago. Very nice area. When I was younger, I didn't realize how vast, you know, the land is and all the different names. So definitely would recommend if anyone visits Dominica to take a drive and, you know, visit the indigenous villages of the Kalinago people.
Out of curiosity, is it similar things happen in your country with the indigenous that happens here?
I think in Dominica, the government and has made an effort to ensure that the Kalinago are protected. They have rights, and of course, still much room for improvement. But they definitely have their own space, their own area that they can maintain their culture, their traditions. The land, I think the land is free for them, and education, they're given scholarships. I mean, there's definitely room for improvement, for in terms of, especially during COVID, for digitalization, internet access, infrastructure development, definitely. But I would say they've really done, I would say they're treated pretty, I mean, maybe they wouldn't agree, but I would say they're treated pretty much better than here in terms of the struggles with the indigenous and the rights and not, I think it's much better.
All right, I digressed. I figured since this was
oh, good, we're learning.
Book, I would just start asking questions.
It's good. It's good. This is fun. All right. Okay. So I'll do the last one, which is ale.
Yes.
Caribbean, and this is interesting because people, Caribbean. Sometimes we only think, even me growing up, I thought all Caribbean countries spoke English, but no. Caribbean people speak many different languages. Some have mixes and dialects of different languages. So English, French, and Spanish are the dominant languages of the Caribbean. But some people speak Dutch, Portuguese, others such as the Belizean Creole and Papiamento in Aruba. So many different languages. It's a very melting pot kind of country.
That's just really rich.
Very rich, very rich. I mean, even when you travel, people think all the islands are similar. We're all very unique, and in terms of even the names we give our fruits, in terms of you have oil dong, you have kalalu, you have aki, you have jerk, you have roti, you have curry. So the food is different, the language is different. I mean, of course, there are many similarities, but they're all very unique, and each island you go to will offer a unique experience.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, it is. It's true. So thank you. I loved this book. I love being able to ask you all sorts of questions. So why don't we let people know how they can order your book? How can they get a copy? Holidays are coming up. This could be a great stocking stuffer.
Definitely.
To celebrate the holidays, or just, in general, a gift, even a birthday.
Yes.
Gift,
Of course, yes. So I'm on Amazon, I'm on Amazon, and the book is available on Prime. So that's one of the easiest ways for you to get it ASAP when you order. If you're in the Caribbean, I'm available in Dominica, St. Lucia, Barbados, and Antigua in various bookshops. And you can follow me on Instagram to learn a little bit more. I have my website as well, which has information, www.caribbean-abc.com. So you can get the links for the books there. You can get the names of the bookstores where my books can be found. And sometimes I do in-person appearances and also distribute books as well. So that's another way to get the book as well.
Do you do school visits?
I have not done a school visit with the book, but I have an upcoming library visit in December. Yes, I'm going to one of the public libraries in Brooklyn, and we'll be distributing some books to kids there. I have a friend who's I actually met on Instagram. We've never met in person, but she's trying to do a school visit. And you know, I've been getting a few feelers. People want to know, you know, how they can get me to. And I'm definitely open and down for reading with the kids in person.
Yeah.
Have some interaction. I can bring Brett along, let him interact as well. So
that's true. That would be really
looking
fun.
forward to
That
this.
would be fun.
Yeah, I think so too.
Can you just run your website again by me? It's
Caribbean-abc.com.
-ABC. Okay, I was like, I think there's a dash. I want to make sure that I got it right. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. So I am so glad. I feel like listening to your book, I see why you were intimidated, because there's just so much information. I feel like you could have done this easily just on your country. Right?
Exactly.
But
yes.
It's like, how do you figure out what to put in? Because there's so much.
Trust me, we had to slash and burn a lot of, you know, because at first I had a few for the different letters. And then, you know, in editing, they were like, oh, take this off. And I'm like, no, I need two B's. I need two K's. Don't take me, you know. I had to fight, you know, with the editors. And so, you know, it was. And I had this opportunity to work with some editing company. I won we placed second place in a Caribbean children's book writing competition. Yes, and it was just a draft at that point, and all these things motivated me as well to just go forward with the publishing, because when I took part in that competition, it also gave me that confidence that I think I was lacking. Yes, so, and then having that one-on-one mentorship with Raycraft Publishers, which was my prize. So they were the ones editing, and you know, and so it was really useful to have that as well.
Yeah, that mentorship, because it's hard. You don't know how to do it. Like you said, you have to talk to someone who can guide you through the process.
Yes, yes. Yep.
So let's see if there are any last comments before we end. Let's see. Chef Muriel said, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I stayed, there's like a whole story I feel like we missed. I stayed at the Caribbean Territory guest house when I was there and learned so much from the chef's wife, especially. So it sounds like she was very nice. And yeah, D-Moon and Chef Muriel had a whole conversation, because he said nice and sure. And Chef Muriel said, yes, they also survived because they hid out in the mountains and Colombia couldn't find them. He left and told Queen Elizabeth that it was a shit island. Ha!
I need to see this. Why am I not seeing this?
Yeah, this is like a whole thing. I think this is like going back to the questions I was asking you about the indigenous people.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was just because he couldn't find them. Well, good. I'm glad he was not able to find them.
Exactly.
Good for them. Hiding out. We love Caribbean ABCs in our household, said Fit Cat Bar.
Thanks, Katya.
Solo Mass app, I think I said it right, is
Thank
Um,
Thanks.
and Fitness Cat Var said, congratulations again, Karlene. You're an inspiration. You are. Yes,
Thank
you got
you.
all
She's
that
an
info
inspiration too.
down.
We inspire each other. Thank you, Katya.
So
Yes.
nice. So
Yeah.
yes,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much
this
for
is
this opportunity.
this is so fun.
It was.
I didn't really get to talk with you on the day that I met you because it was just such a chaotic, busy day. So I'm glad we were able to chat and get to know one
I
another a
know.
little
And I
bit.
remember you offered us makeovers that day. Imagine my husband saw the flyer and he's like, "Is that you?" I was like, "Yeah, that's me." Oh, I'm hot, you know?
That's right. And don't you forget
Yeah.
it, boo.
Yeah.
Remember who you married.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Going to send a message to my mailing list about this book.
Thank
Oh,
you. Thank you
yeah.
so much.
Yes. All right. So it was good chatting with you. Have a good night, everyone. Be sure to follow her as well at Caribbean ABC on Instagram. Yep. So, yes, thank you
Thank you.
again.
Thank you. Bye, Beth. Thank you,
Yes.
everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.